Today I'm going to be telling you how I am preparing to have an all-natural, drug-free, medication-free, calm, relaxed, and most importantly, pain-free childbirth. So if that is something that interests you, especially if you're pregnant and you're hoping to achieve a birth like this, then keep watching. So to give you a little bit of background information, I am currently pregnant with baby number 4. My previous 3 labour and deliveries were absolutely awful. They were filled with pain, tension, anxiety, fear. Obviously, when my baby was handed to me, it made the whole experience worth it and it was amazing. But getting to that stage was just a horrible, horrible experience. And because of the pain and the fact that I didn't know how to deal with the situation, my mind immediately turned to drugs. Like, all I wanted was an epidural. But because I have really, really quick labours, like you're talking about labours of 2 hours, there's not time for any kind of drugs. With my first 2 children, I was lucky enough to get the epidural just for the last maybe 10 minutes, just for pushing the head out. And then with baby number 3, there was just no time for that, and I had to push out the head myself, and I experienced the famous ring of fire, which I thought was awful. And after that I vowed never to have any more children because I never wanted to experience that again. But God had different plans for our family and I ended up falling pregnant again. But as soon as I hit 20 weeks pregnant, the anxiety about giving birth set in, and it was bad. I mean, I couldn't sleep at night, I was having panic attacks. I just thought, I can't do this, like I'm not going to be able to give birth again. And then through some kind of divine intervention, I stumbled across hypnobirthing, and I was like, that is exactly what I need. And I didn't just stumble across any old hypnobirthing. I stumbled across the Positive Birth Company's digital pack. It's an online course for £39, which is amazing because normally hypnobirthing classes are extortionate. So I bought the pack, and the pack includes 6 hours of video, this huge big PDF booklet, relaxation MP3s, access to a Facebook page where other women share their hypnobirthing stories. I mean, it includes so much stuff. It took me a good few weeks to work through it, and now that I've finished, I seriously feel like it has changed my life. It has completely changed my outlook towards pregnancy and labour and delivery and everything. So today I want to share with you everything that I have learned in this hypnobirthing course that I've done, so that if you too are in a position like I was, traumatized by a previous childbirth, or even if it's just like your first time being pregnant but you're just really, really, really scared about giving birth, then hopefully by telling you what I have learned, you will feel a lot better and you will be able to go forward and have a really positive birth experience, just like the one I plan on having. So the first thing that hypnobirthing teaches you is to have a positive attitude towards birth. We have to eliminate all these bad perceptions of childbirth that we've been conditioned to have ever since we were young. I mean, if you watch childbirth on the TV, it's always portrayed in a really negative, painful way, with the women screaming and swearing. Or of course, a lot of us do have our own birth experiences and they've been really negative. So it's difficult because we already have this ingrained in our brain that like birth is painful, birth is a horrible experience, and we need to break down those perceptions. So in order to break down those perceptions, you can just go on YouTube. Go on YouTube and look up positive birth stories, and you will find that so many women have had these amazing birth experiences. Another thing that helps you to do this is to listen to positive birth affirmations. With the digital pack, that I bought, you get these positive birth affirmations on an MP3 format. So every night I would go to bed, close my eyes and just listen to these positive birth affirmations. A few of my favourite ones are: my baby is the perfect size for my body. My baby will come when my baby is ready. My body is perfectly designed to birth my baby. And you just listen to these positive affirmations with relaxing music in the background, and your subconscious just absorbs them so that when the time comes to give birth, you have all of those positive affirmations in your brain and you just feel so much better about giving birth. You can find positive birth affirmations on YouTube if you don't want to buy the digital pack or you don't want to pay for hypnobirthing classes, because they can be very expensive. There's ways of accessing these positive birth affirmations online for free. Another way of changing your perception regarding birth is to change the language that you use in order to describe childbirth. So don't talk about painful contractions, because you say contraction and you just think of pain. You think of something contracting. It's not nice. In hypnosis, you refer to contractions as surges. So you talk about a powerful surge, and you want your surges to become more powerful, because the more powerful your surges become, the closer you are to meeting your baby. And right away that changes the whole thing. You know, it's not, oh, that was such a horrible painful contraction, I don't want it to get even sorer. No, that was a wonderful, strong, powerful surge, and I want an even more powerful surge because I want to meet my baby. Or for example, you don't want the midwives to say to you, don't be scared, because just by using the word scared, you're gonna feel scared. Even if they say don't be scared, it doesn't matter, they've still used that word scared. Instead of saying don't be scared, say you are completely safe. Or instead of someone saying to you, how painful was that contraction, or how much pain are you in, which will make your mind look for pain. Like even if you're not in pain, you'll start to look for it, and then you'll feel some form of pain. So instead of saying that, you could have someone say, how comfortable are you? How can I help you to feel even more comfortable? And then your mind starts to search for comfort, and you start to feel more comfortable. Language is really important. You have to be really mindful of the language that you use when you're in labour. And then another thing that hypnobirthing advocates in order to have a positive attitude towards birth is making sure that the environment in which you give birth in is very peaceful, homely, somewhere where you feel safe. Obviously, home would be the ideal place, because home is where you feel most safe and most comfortable. And I know that in the UK, the NHS actually offers people the chance to give birth at home for free, which is absolutely amazing. But not all countries offer that. I live in Spain, and the public health service only offers you the possibility to give birth in a hospital. If I wanted to give birth at home, I would have to pay for a private midwife. But even if hospital is your only option, you can still make the hospital environment more homely. So you can ask to dim the lights. You can take in your favourite fragrance, your favourite room spray, and spray that around the room. You can take music in with you, like calming music, and listen to that on an MP3 player. You can take in something nice and soft to touch. Rule number 2 of hypnobirthing is to understand the mechanics of your body. Realising that our bodies are designed to give birth. We are designed to reproduce so that the human species can go on and continue and survive. Childbirth is not designed to be difficult. It's not meant to be painful. And when we're experiencing these surges, well, contractions, but when we're experiencing these powerful surges, all it is our uterus muscles pushing the baby down so that we can give birth to our baby. And our uterus muscles are just as efficient as any other muscle in our body. So we can run marathons because our leg muscles are super efficient. People can box because their arm muscles are super efficient. And we can birth a baby with no pain at all because our uterus muscles are very, very efficient and they know how to do their job properly. Just like any other muscle in the body, they need certain things in order to work properly. So they need oxygen, they need hydration, and they need a blood supply. That's why, for example, when people are running marathons, you'll see them working on their breathing. You know, as they're running the marathon, they're making sure to get lots of oxygen. They're constantly drinking water to keep themselves hydrated, and the blood supply is going to their legs to help the leg muscles work efficiently. So as long as we make sure that the uterus muscles get all of these things during childbirth, then they're not going to hurt when they're working to push out your baby. So hydration is an easy one. Just make sure you've got a bottle of water. Make sure your birth partner is constantly keeping you well hydrated throughout your labor. Oxygen, you need to make sure that you're breathing and you're getting in that oxygen, because one of the things that people do during labor is they tense up and they forget to breathe. The breathing technique is breathing in for 4 and breathing out for 8. In, 2, 3, 4. Out, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And if you make sure to do that breathing technique while you're experiencing the surges, you're going to be keeping those uterus muscles oxygenated, and you will find that the surges will not hurt. And then the final thing that your muscles need is blood supply. When we are scared and anxious and frightened, we get a rush of adrenaline. And what adrenaline does is it sends us into fight or flight mode. Fight or flight mode is where our body is preparing to fight or take flight, run. So what adrenaline does is it sends all the blood to our arms so that we can fight, and to our legs so that we can run away, which leaves the rest of our muscles and the rest of our organs with very little blood. And that is not what we need in labor. In labor, we need the blood supply to go to our uterus, not our arms and legs. All we have to do in order for that to happen is to make sure that there's no adrenaline in our body. How can we make sure that no adrenaline gets into our body? By being relaxed, by not being scared, by not being frightened, just by being completely relaxed. Because when we're relaxed and feeling good, our body produces oxytocin. And oxytocin is this feel-good hormone. You cannot have oxytocin and adrenaline in your body at the same time. So we need to make sure that we're getting oxytocin, which will keep us happy and calm and relaxed, and then all the blood supply will just naturally flow to our uterus, and the uterus muscles will not hurt. There's this thing called FTP, fear, tension, pain. When you're scared, this causes you to tense up, and this tension causes pain. So what we have to do is get rid of this cycle. We don't want any fear, we don't want any tension, and then we're not going to have any pain. We just have to be relaxed and calm and happy, and then labor will not be painful. So that brings us on to the third really important rule in hypnobirthing, and that's just you need to relax. But it's easy saying that, oh yeah, you need to be relaxed in labor. That's easy to say, but maybe not so easy to do, which is why you have to do a lot of preparation work before the big day. So before going into labor, you should be practicing that breathing technique. Every day I practice my breathing. At the moment, for example, I'm getting a lot of Braxton Hicks contractions, and they can be really sore. So I just breathe my way through the Braxton Hicks contractions. And then you need to practice relaxing. So every night I'll go to bed and I'll put on my MP3 player and I will listen to the positive birth affirmations. I'll listen to relaxing piano music. I'll listen to a guided meditation which comes with the digital pack. This is making my brain associate these recordings with relaxation. So as soon as I go into labour, I just need to put on my MP3 player, listen to these recordings, and I will instantly just start to feel relaxed because my brain associates them with relaxation. Another thing that can really help is massage. So I've been getting my husband to give me like just like strokings. I don't really like massage, I just like strokings, like they relax me so much. When I'm listening to this calming music or these calming recordings, I'll get him just to like stroke my arm to put me into a state of even deeper relaxation. And during labour, I'm going to get him to do this. While you're having a surge, well at least in my case, I don't want anyone to touch me. I want to be left alone to just deal with the surge by myself. But in between the surges, you can get your birthing partner to stroke you or play with your hair or some kind of relaxing massage. That's something that's very important. In between each surge, you need to bring yourself back down to a calm state. Each surge only lasts between 45 and 60 seconds. That's it. So that can help as well. While you're in the middle of a surge, you think, it's okay, it's only gonna last a minute max. For a minute, we can do anything. When you're in the thick of it, when you're in established labour, you normally have like one surge of 1 minute and then maybe 2 minutes of rest and then another minute of a surge and then 2 or 3 minutes of rest. So during these 2 or 3 minutes of rest, make sure that you really bring yourself back down to a super relaxed state. In the digital pack, they talk about a traffic light system. So you have red that you never want to get to, amber, and then green. So after a surge, you'll probably find yourself in amber. And then if you don't get yourself back down to green, the next surge is going to take you up to red. So as soon as a surge is finished, get yourself back down to green by the massage, the breathing, the relaxation. Get yourself back down to that really relaxed state so that you're in a better position to deal with the next surge that's going to come in 2 or 3 minutes time. Another thing that hypnobirthing talks about is that it is your body and your birth, which means that just because doctors and midwives and nurses are professionals, they are, and they're in a position of authority, that does not mean that they can dictate how your birth is going to go. Sometimes they're right, sometimes you do need to listen to them, but don't just mindlessly say yes, yes, yes and do whatever they say just because they are doctors. Use your brain, use your own intuition to think, okay, do I want this? And ask questions, you know, question the doctors because they're not always right. A lot of the times they will make decisions based on what is easier and what is best for them, not for you. A perfect example is my last labour. I went into hospital. I was in so much pain. The midwife could have offered me so many different things, but she didn't offer me anything because she just couldn't be bothered. Later on, like after I'd given birth, I found out about all the various things that could have been offered to me, but I was offered nothing. Then, when it came to pushing my baby out, she pushed me onto the bed, pushed me onto my back, which is the worst, most painful position ever to give birth in. You need to give birth in an upright position to allow gravity to help the baby to come out. That's something really important. During the whole labour and delivery process, you should try to always remain in a vertical position so that gravity works with you and helps your baby to descend. But of course, because it was easier for this midwife to have me on my back, she pushed me onto my back and then she cut me open. Because I was on my back, it was more difficult for the baby to come out, and it was just easier for her to just slash me open and pull the baby out. Didn't even ask me, she just cut me open and pulled the baby out. All of those things, not offering me a yoga ball, or not offering me a shower for the pain, forcing me onto my back and cutting me, all of those things, they were not in my best interest at all. They were in the midwife's best interest. And because I just thought, oh, the midwife knows best, I just did whatever she told me to do. Whereas this time around, that will not be happening. This time around, I'm going to be giving birth upright. I am going to be asking for everything on offer. I want the yoga ball. I want a birthing pool. If they have gas and air, I might ask for that as well. Just like everything that they've got, I'm going to be asking for it. And I'm going to tell them that I don't want them to cut me. And then of course, the big day arrives. So I think it's very important to go somewhere where you feel comfortable. If you're not giving birth at home, go to a hospital where you feel comfortable. Obviously, my last birth was not nice. We are not going to be going back to that hospital. We found another hospital that has a great reputation, and I feel really good about going there. Right away, that changes everything. Like, I'm looking forward to giving birth because I'm looking forward to going to this lovely hospital. Once you're fully dilated and your baby's descended and it's time to start pushing your baby out, a lot of women experience something called transition. But the problem is, during this transition, your body releases adrenaline, which is something we do not want. And when our body releases this adrenaline, then we can go a little bit crazy. And that's when we can start to panic, or we can say, I can't do this, or we can start to be like, I need an epidural. But if you're aware of this and you know that it's just you going through this transition and that your baby is just about to come out, because during this transition is when your baby's fully descended and it's ready to come out. So if you can say that to yourself, like, I'm just going a little bit loopy because I'm in transition and my baby is going to be with me very, very, very shortly, then that should hopefully help you through this very, very brief transition period. And just remember to stay relaxed and keep breathing and keep drinking your water. And it also helps to write up a birth plan so that when you arrive at the hospital, you can hand your birth plan over to the midwife and she can follow that. And that is it. And then just before the big day, make sure to obviously practice your relaxation, practice your breathing. And I think if you do that, then like me, you will go in to giving birth feeling really positive, feeling really excited. Like, I'm feeling excited because I feel like I've done so much work, I've done so much preparatory work that now I just want to put it into practice. Like, I want to see it working. I want to see all my efforts come to fruition. And I really am genuinely so excited about giving birth. I'm so excited about feeling everything and not feeling pain. I want to feel my baby like descend. I want to feel my baby come out. I know that it's not going to be painful. As long as I make sure I'm getting my oxygen, I'm getting my blood supply, and I'm getting my water, then my muscles are going to work perfectly and it's not going to be sore to birth my baby. Anyway guys, I hope you have enjoyed this video. I hope you found it informative. If you are pregnant and you were worried about giving birth, I hope this video has put you at ease and made you realise that childbirth does not have to be painful or a frightening experience. It can be something amazing and beautiful. Thank you very much for watching this video, and I will see you all in the next one. Bye!